Hi guys, it's Hallie again. Today is October 17th. It is like 1:40 in the morning. Usually I stay awake until 2:30, until my husband gets home from work. That way he doesn't have to go to sleep alone and neither do I. Um, but today is a very special occasion. Not really, it happens every month, but I'm just used to going to bed late, so it's hard for me to go to sleep early. My body just is like, no, I'm not doing this now. but um, but yeah. So my husband serves in the United States Air Force, and this is his 1 weekend a month. He's a reservist. Um, but yeah, so I won't be seeing him until late Sunday night, which is actually tomorrow night, because like I said, it's a really early Saturday morning right now. Um, but either way, we made some phone calls the day after our last and the very first video we had, and it turns out our insurance company does cover everything. Now we still have to like I called the doctor and the billing department at my doctor's office, not my you know family doctor or anything like that, like the reproductive endocrinologist and the special obstetrician. Now, I'm just waiting for a call back from them, which I'm sure I'll get Monday, with the different codes and everything, and I have to give the codes, the medical billing codes, to the insurance company just to be 100% sure everything's covered, because right now it just sounds too good to be true, and even though I'd love for it to be the way it sounds, I just want to make sure. Now, there are a lot of medications, like the suppression medication, the stimulant, and I think there's one other one. I'm sure there's more than that too. I know there's, from what I've been told, there's pills and then there is injections. Um, but either way, I know Lupron or whatever, my insurance company covers all of it except I have $100 copay, which I know that sounds like a lot, but honestly, like, for those of you who don't know how much IVF is, it really just depends on where you go. You can be as lucky as going to another country and getting IVF for like 6 or 7 thousand, or some places around here, you can be paying 25,000. It really just depends as to where you go and whatever. Um, so for an insurance company to be like, oh yeah, you know what, we'll pay 25,000, sure. It's kind of like, I really want to believe it. I really want to be hopeful, but I gotta protect my heart. um, Anyway, so I'm just waiting for some codes. I called in some medications, but I have to wait to see, um, you know, a full list of medications so I can call the insurance company back and be like, hey, do you guys cover this one? Do you cover that one? And have a long, fun conversation with my prescription plan over the phone. Anyway, so someone recommended that I get the book, What to Expect Before You Are Expecting. So my goal today was to head to Barnes & Nobles or Borders, which I did go to Borders. I'm usually a Barnes & Nobles girl, but today I went to Borders. um, but when I got there, I was looking and looking. I couldn't find it anywhere. I thought maybe it would be in a different section than the parenting section. Doesn't make sense that it would be somewhere else, but I thought, whatever. So I went online, I looked, and it said they had, copies in the store. So I looked in the shelf again, and it's only one little wall. I mean, it's a pretty good size wall. But I'm sitting there looking, and usually I have a really good eye for things. I could not find it. And then it was hidden. Like there's like all these what to expect when you're expecting books, and then what to expect for the father, and then what to expect the first year, and what to expect with toddlers. All these what to expect books. And you would think like the Campbell soups, or no, I'm sorry, not Campbell soups. I was very wrong when I said that. Chicken noodle soup for whatever soul. They're all together, right? Aren't they? But anyway, this book was all by itself. It was the only one, unless it was misplaced. Could have been misplaced. But I picked it up and I opened it, and honestly, it was like, I appreciate, the person that said that I should buy that book, but I don't think it really has anything in it for me. I mean, obviously, I can't read the entire book just sitting there at Barnes and Noble or Borders. Some people do. but, um, but yeah, it was just, I opened it and it was about, timing it, timing your ovulation, and then doing the, what do you call it? The basal body temperature. Now, what a lot of people don't understand about basal body temperature is that it's actually, I mean, don't get me wrong, some people do get pregnant using that method, but by the time even if you do it every morning the same time, it's supposed to be, I think, within like so many minutes that you get out of bed, you're supposed to take it, because I was doing it for a while, and then I just realized, I'm not sure if I heard it from a doctor or who I heard it from. I think it was actually the reproductive endocrinologist. They were saying that um, your body temperature peaks, like, like it's the same and all of a sudden it shoots up, and that's supposed to be when you're ovulating. Well, it peaks at a certain time. But when you take your temperature in the morning and you notice that it peaked, 9 times out of 10, it's already too late and you've already missed when it is. Another thing you could do is, check the mucus, the cervical mucus. If it's thick and long and stringy, then, it's ready. Otherwise, if you just take your fingers and open them and there's not like a long string in the middle, then you're not ovulating. But I mean, I already know that stuff, and we can't get pregnant. I'm sorry, I'm not saying we can't get pregnant. My doctor said we have a less than 1% chance of ever getting pregnant. So, and he said that number can change over time because, the sperm count differs each month. But for right now, it's a less than 1% chance. Which, I mean, it's not too bad. It's, sort of like winning the lottery, but I guess it could happen. Anyway, but basically the book, What to Expect Before You Are Expecting, just has a lot of things that I kind of already know, and I'm sure if I really would have read the whole book from cover to cover, it would have refreshed my memory with certain things, but due to our circumstances that, we do need to use, the microscope and, the petri dish, so to speak, like, I just don't think, even if we tried all the things in that book, that it would really help us. I mean, like I said, a lot of them are things that I've already known because I have these other books and I've just been studying about it for a while. I mean, our issue, I don't want to say it's me, I don't want to say it's him, it's our issue. It came about and it was, like I said in the last video, it was like depressing, it was shocking. We're like, wow, we can't believe it, we're so young, like we thought it'd be easy, like the easiest thing in the world. But it's just like, when something like that happens, you don't know what to do. Me personally, when something like that happens, I research. And, that's why I started going to the bookstore and, started, reading whatever. And I was like, okay, so how can... That was even before we knew that, we had issues. We just thought that we weren't doing it right, or that's not the right time, or I was eating the wrong foods, or, whatever. But, so we tried, like, all these different methods, and nothing still worked. And then that's when we got a couple more tests done. I even had a minor surgery, like the laparoscopy. I did not enjoy that at all. They basically make an incision in your stomach, and then underneath, like about 2 inches underneath, or 3 inches underneath, and they stick a laparoscope in there to check for endometriosis and scar tissue and stuff like that, to see if, that was the reason why we weren't conceiving. And then I had to do... Okay, I'm probably gonna mess up the letters. It was either the HSG... Yeah, no, it totally is. It's the HSG, the histostereogram, right? I probably messed that up too. But oh my gosh, seriously, I don't know if it was because I was so nervous, but that was so painful. Like, I hate getting pap smears because of, the Daffy Duck thing, that's what I call it. But it was something like that, and then they clamp, and then they open your cervix. It was so painful, like, seriously. And then when they released the balloon, that was even worse. I was, like, screaming in pain. Not, like, screaming very loud, but I was definitely really, really drawing all the blood away from my husband's hand.